Hello everyone in YouTube land, Nintendo fanboy, awesome back here as always. Alright, this is going to be an interesting video because something's kind of sad, I think. Maybe it's sad, not sad to you, but I think it's kind of sad. I hope it doesn't happen. Can't even talk. I hope it doesn't happen. And that is the sad news about Game Informer and GameStop. The last couple of years has been pretty grim for both Game Informer and GameStop. The last couple of years, I think people have predicted that GameStop might go under. And GameStop, for those that don't know, owns Game Informer, and Game Informer laid off about 100 people, I think. I don't remember how many people it was. I forgot. Forgive me. I think it was 100 employees at Game Informer and 120 higher-ups from GameStop. I need to look into that. Boy, wow. That's sad. But anyways, yes, that's crazy. I don't know if they're closing. I think last year they closed a couple stores around the U.S. I have one in my town. I used to have two. The one in my mall that closed because it wasn't getting any business. So more people went to the one on the main street, whatever, one that everyone knows. And I've been shopping there for a while. It was obviously, it was Funkoland. Does anyone remember Funkoland? Am I getting old? And then it was EB Games, and now it's GameStop. Hopefully everyone remembers Funkoland. That was EB Games for a long time, and that changed. I think that some people still have EB Games. I think, doesn't Canada have EB Games? I think Canada still has EB Games, I'm not sure. But anyways, back on track here. GameStop, I think, has kinda lost their way a little bit. I think they have. It's kind of a lot of people have called it, I never even thought of this, but a lot of people have called it a retail nightmare. Like, it has been kind of, just, they lost their way. It's unorganized. GameStop owns ThinkGeek. If you have been into a GameStop in the last couple of years, you know that, yeah, there's a lot of collectibles. There's a lot of stuff in there. And this seems like there's more of that than games. Like, it's overcrowding the games. There's kind of, I hate to say this, even though I'm not usually like this, but it is kind of overwhelming when you walk in there, because you're like, you look up at the other shelves they have up there. They have I don't know what your GameStop looks like, but then they have like all this stuff. They have their clothes section for nerdy t-shirts and hats and wallets and socks and pants and sweaters and just all that nerdy apparel, which I love. I don't get it there. I get it there once in a while if there's some deals in the clearance or whatever like that. I'm not going to spend over $20 for a t-shirt, just like at Hot Topic. You know what I mean? I'm not going to spend $25 for a fucking t-shirt, okay? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get, good stuff for good prices. But, it's not a good way to shop, to spend $20 for a shirt and then you come back there a couple weeks later and it's $5 or $10, or $9.98 or something. I love the apparel stuff. I love it all. Obviously, you know what I mean? I mean, they sell all sorts of stuff in there. That's the thing though, it is a retail nightmare because you walk in there and it's overcrowding the games. There is so much stuff in there. It's unbelievable. I'm going to get to the other stuff that people complain about, that have been complaining about when it comes to GameStop. This stuff that people have been complaining about for a long time now, and I know you know what it is, but hold on. Not only do they have a lot of collectibles and just big plushies and action figures. Their action figures, their statues are not that bad actually. Like $50 for like a statue. It's not that bad. I've seen statues that are more than that. There's like $800,000 statues. Depends on what you want or what you're into. You know what I mean? But they sell so many non-gaming things in there. It's unbelievable. I mean, I didn't buy this at GameStop. I bought this shirt at Penny's, but and this Power Rangers hat. They sell I got this at Target, but they sell even this stuff. I mean, they sell a shit ton of non-gaming stuff. Your Star Wars, DC, Marvel, Walking Dead stuff. I mean, it's just unbelievable. You're like, you guys have lost your way. You really have. You don't know who your audience is. This is a game store. It's not a fucking comic book shop. It's not a pub. It's turning into Hot Topic, where I like pulp culture. I really do. I love cartoons and anime and games and TV shows and just I love all that stuff. Okay, but it's just like there's nothing more I can say about it. Where they have lost their way. They don't know what's up from down. You know what I mean? It's like you see all this stuff. You're just like, it's unbelievable. Like if you want to have tons of gaming collectibles in there, that's fine. But I mean, mine. I don't know what your GameStop looks like, but mine. There's like a wall of pop vinyl figures there, and you're just like, holy shit. I don't know why people like those things. I really don't. I'm still for over the past couple of years now just trying to figure out why people like those things. Whatever, to each their own, right? I don't know. But yeah, it's just non-gaming stuff, comic book related stuff, Star Wars apparel, Star Wars collectibles. It just gets a little overboard. And I think the one thing that capped it off for me was a couple of years ago. It was like 2 years ago, maybe, I don't know. When I saw a Star Wars, it had on the top there, it's a Star Wars related thing. You're gonna laugh. Maybe you saw it there. I don't know. It has a dark Death Star on it. It's a Star Wars Waffle Maker. You're just like, this is getting ridiculous. I'm not saying you're dumb if you own a Star Wars Waffle Maker, but I just think it's like, what the fuck? There's other places that can sell that stuff. You know what I mean? I've seen Mickey Mouse crock pots. You know what I mean? Like I've seen so much stuff. It's fine to have that stuff, whatever you want. But when you're talking about a game store and you're selling Star Wars crock pot, what else have I seen there? I bought some stuff in there. I have some Mario coasters, but GameStop is just, yeah, they're not a game store anymore. You walk in there and you're just like, yeah, you want to pre-order this game? You want to pre-order that game? You want to pre-order this game? It's like, I'm sick to death. I'm guilty of this, okay? But I'm sick to death. The only time I do pre-order a game is if it comes with something cool. Like, I remember I pre-ordered Metroid 2, Samus Returns on the 3DS. I got a soundtrack with it. That's cool. Even though I don't listen to CDs anymore, but it's just cool to have because the music I love the music. I love music in games. Okay, I love game music, but it just gets a little ridiculous when they like pre-order this game, even though doesn't even have a date yet probably, or it's not even finished, and it's just like, pre-order this. The pre-order culture is ridiculous, and it's still going on today. The pre-order culture is still going on today, and I know you're probably lost on the whole like Star Wars Waffle Maker. It was a Star Wars Waffle Maker. I can't believe it. It's just like, and a Death Star. It's just waffles are circle, and the thing was circle. It was a Death Star on top of it. It's a Death Star Waffle Maker. You're just like, what is this? What is going on here, GameStop? And that thing was sitting there for fucking ever until they remodeled the place and they moved all their collectibles on the back of the store. That was in the front of the store, and then they moved to the back, and now it's all games in the front. So I think they're kind of learning a little bit, my store anyways. And they moved their PS4 and Xbox One and Switch games over and over again. You're just like, where is it? Switch is in the front. Right when you walk in, Switch is like right in the front on the left side. And you see like the accessories and the games and all that stuff. And the Pokemon stuff is right by the Switch stuff. Pokemon cards, plushies, all that stuff right there. And lanyards, just all that crap's right there. And then all the recent releases are right in front. So anytime when a new game comes out, you get new merchandise. You get all the new merchandise and figures and just all that stuff, shirts, hats, whatever. Which is fine. You can do that. You can do that when a new game comes out. Put new merchandise out there. That's fine. But it's non-gaming related stuff, and it just gets overboard with Star Wars and DC and Marvel and Walking Dead stuff and Game of Thrones. You're just like, this is not gaming. This isn't gaming. Okay, I like some of that stuff. Okay, I love Star Wars. I'm a massive Star Wars fan, but I don't want to see that stuff in a game store. There are some Star Wars games out there, of course, but it's like, this isn't gaming related. Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, and you're like, what the fuck is this? This is stupid. Power Rangers stuff, just Transformer stuff, anime. You're just like, what is this? What is going on here? And I know a lot. You're waiting for me to complain about the selling used games as new, which is stupid. I'm a victim of that. The game is obviously open and they're selling it as new. It's like, what the fuck is that shit? And what else? Selling you Game Informers and the pre-order stuff. What else? trying to think what else is like the. Oh yeah, when you want to trade in stuff, I don't personally trade in anything, but when they, the whole meme online, if you see it on Facebook groups or just anything, Twitter, people make fun of that. You want to trade all this stuff in? Well, you only get $3, or whatever the amount is. And you have all this stuff here, and they only trade in. Just again, that whatever. But yeah, like that's just what it is. Obviously, if you trade in a new game, you get probably half of it, or maybe even $40 if you're lucky on a new game. You trade it in a week later, 2 weeks later, and you're tired of it, bored of it, whatever. You trade it, But I don't do that because it's a waste. You lose your ass on that shit. You know what I mean? It's a game. Might as well just fucking keep it. Really, you might as well just fucking. You bought a game, you might as well just keep it. It's a fucking game. You should know what you're buying, know what you're getting yourself into. You should know what you like. You should know what you like and buy it, and there you go. But there's other places that sell games. I should have started the video off with that too when I'm talking about game. There's other Target, Walmart, Best Buy. There's other places to buy games. If you're not happy with them, and a lot of people complain about the employees too not being friendly. Maybe, I don't know. It just depends on the person or your store, wherever you're at, or the people at my store. They've been there for fucking ever. I'm not even joking. They've been there since EV Games. They've been there since the mid 2000s. Like I walk in there and I know these people. Like it's like it's not like people that you walk into at a Target or Best Buy. You'll never see them again. They'll quit. These people have been working there for fucking ever. I know their names. But yeah, my GameStop's friendly. I never really had a problem with that GameStop at all. But the only thing that I can complain about is selling used games as new. That's the only thing I can complain about with my GameStop. And some of them, and also this, when you want something, they don't have it. They don't. I'm checking the time here. They don't have it, and they get kind of like, well, they don't send us stuff. You know what I mean? And you're just like, well, maybe you should tell them to send you stuff then. Tell Nintendo, tell these people to send you stuff. Because sometimes they get exclusive games there, they get exclusive collectibles, whatever you want there. And I'm walking in there, and people are always asking for the new Pop figure, which I still don't know why people like them, but. We don't have them there. We don't have them there. Come back some other time or whatever. I don't know. You're just like, you end up giving up. It's a fucking figure. Just who cares? But yeah, I mean, the one thing that really blows my mind is the non-gaming related stuff in there. Even though I walk in there, I look at it. It's cool, but it's just like, this is a game store. Go to a comic book shop if you want to buy comic book related stuff. I mean, there's all sorts of places that sell that type of stuff. Apparel. Marvel, DC, Walking Dead. You can get stuff anywhere, but yeah, it's just like they've lost their way. They really have. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people are just tired of it, and I also think that Amazon plays a part in it. When anytime you hear, I mean, look at Sears, look at Kmart, gone. I think some states still have them, but Toys R Us went down. I mean, if GameStop does shut down, I think it's just as sad as Toys R Us. I mean, GameStop is a monopoly. They're literally the only game store out there. What other game store can you think of besides GameStop? I can't. I really can't. Besides your local used game store. You know what I mean? Like, I can't think of anything. And it's just like Toys R Us. When you think of a toy store, you think of Toys R Us. You really do. You don't think of your local other store, whatever, I don't know, that sells toys. But no, it's Toys R Us. And that was sad when that shut down. You know what I mean? That was just awful. Especially here in my town. I was just like, ugh. I was surprised and not surprised because no one was shopping there, and the parking lot was literally like empty all the time except Christmas or after Christmas because the toys would go down in price and clearance. But other than that, it was just always empty. But GameStop here, like the main one, not the one in the mall, like I said, people are always in there. Always. Kids, parents, people are always in there. So it's nothing, like they're going to shut down. Hopefully not. I mean, there's restructuring and all that stuff. And the Game Informer thing is really sad, obviously, but I never really cared for Game Informer at all as a gaming magazine. I just never really did. It just came across as, I don't know, I just never really cared. They only focused on like the big cinematic game or whatever. When you look at the cover, you're just like, I really don't care about Game Informer at all. They are one of the biggest gaming magazines out there. They have been, but comment down below on what you think about this. Do you still shop at GameStop? What was the last console you bought? What was the last game you bought? There, collectibles, whatever. What do you do? So, peace out. More random videos coming soon. Later. Bye.